University with me, FoggyPlays on FM22. Today we're taking on Shelbourne in the Irish Senior Challenge Cup final, where we're expected to win it. And if we do, then it means Shamrock Rovers make it into Europe again next season. If we lose, Shelbourne make it into Europe next season, and that will be interesting because they've not really got the best team in the world. And then the second part of this episode, we're going to be taking on Shakhtar Donetsk in December, 10th of December. So we have a little bit of a gap there before we take on Shakhtar to decide whether we are third or fourth in the group. Third, we drop into the Europa League. Fourth, we're out of it. Don't play in Europe until the first round of qualifying again next season. We are, however, preparing for elections on the 31st of December. I think from what I've been reading in the news articles, there is 4 different groups looking to take over. So it'll be interesting to see which one of those actually gets the job. Marcello Pitaluga is actually fit, so he is going to jump in and start. He was originally injured, so I didn't think he was going to be able to play in this game. Thankfully, he is fine and fit to go. Quigley can actually play as well. He was a little bit tired. I picked this team yesterday in game, so everyone seems to have has done quite well to recover fitness. This game, we should be winning fairly comfortably. Everyone's pretty happy. Nothing too crazy going on. We are looking at new goalkeepers, as I have done for the last 3 years. I wanted a new goalkeeper. We've not really been able to come across one that has wanted to join / has been good enough. So we're just going to keep looking, I guess. I don't want Marian Prinz as my starting goalkeeper next season. The Georgian potentially is an option. I don't think Pitaluga is a long-term first choice. I think he's, just while Prinz is playing really poorly, he's going to be a good option in goal. He has been acceptable. Prinz is just not... His attributes say he shouldn't be terrible. He makes whatever his hidden attributes are. He's just not very good. So we're going to just potentially drop him. He has played 99 league games, so it's a little bit disappointing for him. I would imagine he's probably not going to hit 100. Although I did say that last year, and I think the year before I said that he wasn't going to be our first choice goalkeeper. So never say never, but I would like if we could say never, because it would be nice for a change if we could actually get okay, I was going to say, are we after getting a free kick? We did not. But yeah, depending on how the why long throw? You're not told to throw the ball long. Whatever. The elections could be interesting because we did keep Carey, who's the original. Colin Whelan, beautiful header into the back of the net. We're already 1 up after 13 minutes. Get him, boys. Hi. Carey is the actual chairman at the club, and he's still at the club. He's going for his third. Quickly spoke to a knock. Take Achilles. Take off half time. He is the actual chairman, so we'll keep him. We kept him after the last election, which was at the start of the game, like the first season. So he's done fine. He hasn't put any money into the club, really. I think we've had money put in once. So we're not... I wouldn't mind if someone came in and was willing to throw some bit of money at the club. But now we have 8.5 million in the bank. And we're going to have money for playing in the Champions League come in again. I think we're going to be fine financially. It would be horrendous if the guy who takes over takes a bunch of money out of the club because we can't really afford to do that. Oh, what a goal by Onofriti. Vestergaard with the assist. 39 minutes in. We have doubled our lead. Fantastic, my friends. We're going to praise and we're going to concede because that's what happens. Maybe not, where we're going to score. Carlsberg, that's crossed that. Surely crossed the line. Whatever. Alright, so, yeah. Other than that, things are looking fine. I can't complain too much, I guess. Vestergaard smashes it in the back of the net. We are so much better than Shelburne. Get out of here, Shelburne. 7th in the league. We ain't winning no cup. This is our cup. This would make it 6 trophies this season. But as always, the Munster Senior Cup doesn't count because it's halfway, like it reached. Oh no, free to win yet another one, 4-0 before halftime. The Munster Senior Cup starts in was it October, like the qualifying rounds. The final gets played in like June, so we don't actually get told, like, it doesn't come up like, hey, you won all these trophies. It'll just come up and be like, hey, you won you won this trophy, or you won all these trophies, but it never says we won the Munster Senior Cup. So every time we win the Munster Senior Cup, just remember to add one extra trophy at the end of the season, because we've won that as well. Which I think that's like a nailed on trophy. We should win that every year. I think Colin Whelan may have been offside there. Yeah. I was going to say, if he could score 60, that would be fantastic. I thought it was brilliant that he scored 50 last year. He can be such an infuriating striker, though, because there's large parts of the season he doesn't score. It's just because he scored like 3 or 4 in a lot of games. To be fair, though, he didn't play against a lot of the shitter teams that we like pad stats with. So like Chewich last year played a lot of games against like Treaty and Cove Ramblers, like teams that were expecting to demolish. Like Havant-Healy, when we beat them 11-0, he scored like 5 goals, like of the 20 something he scored. So like he's gone off to play in Sarajevo now, and he's not playing really well. He's played like 7 games. He scored like 2 goals. I think it proves that he's a good striker, but he's not as good as he thinks he is. I think Osene and Addis are definitely better backup strikers. And with the potential of Radlyachenko coming back from his loan, we could, in theory, have a belter of a backup striker. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Murphy can come off for Fabian. Tunde is coming on for Carlsberg, and we are going to call it good. We have won this game and a canter. Chuck a bit of praise. 4-0. If Prince had played this game, probably would have been 4-3. Ormeno, potential lower leg injury. Hopefully it's not a broken leg. That wouldn't be ideal. Take him off. Oh, one of their players had a slight injury as well. Akiki. He's picked up a thigh strain. He was on the ground getting worked on as well. We've managed to win the Senior Challenge Cup, so we've given Shamrock Rovers the final spot in Europe this season. Onofriti gets to pick up the trophy because I never put Farberger in the team, and they're going to pick up the World Cup, which that's what it looks like, doesn't it? Doesn't that look like the World Cup? We've won it. We're champions. We've won 6 trophies now. Enjoy, lads. Celebrate. I'm curious how Ormino is going to be. Hopefully it's not a right, fellas. Back now for the final game of the season for us against Shakhtar in the Champions League. And we've had a player stolen from us. Callum Guthrie got poached by Austin. We did have a player last year get poached by New York, I think it was. Jimmy Stanley. I've written down on a piece of paper. I'm writing down everyone who gets stolen off us so I can have a look and see what they turn out like in the future. I did have a quick look at the Champions League groups as they're at the moment. Half the groups are obviously already decided. And as you can see, Man City and Real Madrid have gone through. Benfica got knocked out by Rapid Vienna, which I was surprised by. Inter Milan finishing bottom of their group. Definitely not something I expected. Kind of Group G, Barcelona and Juventus getting through. Leon and Ajax duking it out. That's an interesting one to see who gets into the Europa League. And Group H, Salzburg and Sevilla, who aren't playing each other. Okay, so I would imagine Sevilla are probably going to be in a good position to get through in that one. We do have just a smidgen of fitness concerns. We do have 2 players on trial at the moment that we're looking to sign. We do have a little bit of injury issues. Fabian is injured, which is not ideal. Quigley picked up a 9-week. It's down to 7 weeks now. We sent him to a specialist. His lower back stress fracture. Reece Griffin's also injured, and Ormeno is still recovering from the injury he picked up in the last game. So that's not ideal. It means that Richie Logbottom, who you haven't seen too much of, plays at right back. He played a game not too long ago at right back, and he was very good, but he does only have 2 tackling, so not expecting an awful lot from him today. But, it's fine. It's the last game of the league season. A couple of players came to me and said they were quite tired. They wouldn't mind if they could have a rest, and I was like, no. You'll play the last game before you go on your summer holidays. It's not really a summer holiday when it's in December, but that's fine. That's fine. Nothing to worry about here. We smashed Shelburne in our last game. Couldn't remember who we were playing in the last one. It's been so long. For me anyway. For you, not so much. It's just happened for you. I've been sitting here recording or just flicking through because it's been like 10, 11 days. It's been a while. Well, it feels like it's been a while. Not necessarily been that long. If we can keep the result as a draw, we go through, which I'd be more than happy with. Taking a draw. This is a game if we're at home, you think we'd potentially be able to do something. Pitluga really, really does want to be first choice goalkeeper next season, and if he keeps playing the way he's been playing, there's every chance in the world that he gets it. We have, however, not had the best of starts. Okay, we have ourselves a free kick. Carlsberg is the one stepping up to take it. I smashed it off the crossbar, and they do get rid. Be nice if we could, get the ball into the back of their net at some point, please, lads. Please, can we do that? I didn't actually check to see who they're playing up front because they have Alvaro Morata playing for them, and they also have what's it? Lucina Traore. I think, is it Lucina Traore? I don't like that they're just passing the ball around at the back unless they're going to make a mistake. Then I'd be happy. They do have Trubin in goal though, so that's something. Zidane Iqbal finds Vincent Day. Carlsberg gets it across, and Cullum Whelan, 59th goal of the season, get in. He's a monster among men. Beautiful. Who are they're playing Morata up front? Yeah, Lucina Traore. Just sitting this one up today. Just giving himself a bit of a rest, I suppose. Probably deserves it. Needs a rest every now and again, probably. Hey, we all need a rest every now and again, I'm more than happy with how things are going. Fantastic. Keep it up. Unofriti's not having a fantastic game, which is a little bit frustrating. He's such a he's a relatively frustrating player because, Brian, beautiful header off the line. Unofriti is one of those players who is exceptional, and then he'll just randomly have a terrible 3 games, and then he'll just start to pick up his form, and he'll pick up an injury, and it can be difficult. As I said, Sevilla looked like they were going to get third in their group, and they currently are. Colin Whelan can't get the ball past Trubin, and we've won ourselves a throw. Mo Salah scored for Liverpool. Vincent Day, his cross is blocked, and Morata's on it. Morata, 36-year-old, is he? Vincent Day does win the ball back. Vestergaard, from distance, takes a cheeky little pop shot, hoping for the best. Nothing comes of it, but it's fine. Onofriti heads the ball away. Colin Whelan picks it up. He is by himself. Onofriti passes it to Coleman. Onofriti gets it to Richie Logbottom, who is actually a winger. Colin Whelan puts it in the back of the net, but it potentially was offside. I'm not going to celebrate just yet. Just wait. It could be 60th of the season. Could be his 60th goal of the season. It is his 60th goal of the season. He's hit 60 goals for the season. Onofriti, you can come off. You've not been great today. Alan Murphy, you are booked, and you are one of those guys who does enjoy getting sent off. So he's going to come off, and we have one more substitution. Seems to be affected by an injury. Vincent Day, you come off for Wagner, our Hungarian left back, who has actually, when he's been called upon, has actually been pretty decent. So I'm not going to complain. I think that's pretty good. I'm surprised they're playing Lassina Traore as a deep lying forward. I would have thought you would have wanted him to be attacking everything. They're playing fairly deep now. I know we don't play like the biggest pitch in the world, but like they're playing strange. Colin Whelan is on for a hat-trick. Could he score 61 goals for the season? If he gets a hat-trick, it'll be quite difficult. Oh, right. Coleman doesn't get there. Morata does what Morata does best. Puts the ball over the bar. Misses his attempt. Farnberger potentially playing his last game for the club. Dodo picked up a booking. I'm guessing he pushed Carlsberg. Didn't really look like anything actually happened there, but I'll take it. We've managed to win. So this is our first win in the Champions League group stage, and that's 2.4 million or something. I'll take that. That is fantastic. That should bring us up to about 10 million in money before we get into the Europa League, where you might remember last time we played that, we got knocked out in the group stage. We've made it further already. It's fantastic, fellas. Fantastic. Carlsberg, delighted with your 9.1. Colin Whelan, impressive work. Like I said, I always say it's a great way to get players motivated and happy when they play well. Tell them they play well, and their attributes do have a little tiny bit of an increase. I've noticed when I do it, so I do it all the time, and I would recommend everyone does it all the time, every time it happens. When the players play poorly, tell them they're shit. But I think we have an easier time doing that than we do telling players that they've played well when they've played well. But that is going to be the end of that, fellas. We've successfully navigated the Champions League group stage to get us into the Europa League, where we're going to be doing the draw probably in the next episode. But the next episode will be the end of season review and probably a transfer. Well, it's going to definitely be a transfer roundup, but potentially we're going to have the draw for the Europa League. So you have to wait and see what happens in that one. But if you have enjoyed this episode, do of course make sure to leave a like, comment down below who you think we're going to get in the next round. Any just random team. Pick a team out of your brain skulls and throw it in the comments and let me know what you think. So as I said, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.